What is going on with all my hardcore, strong abs within this world? I hope that your Tuesday is going accordingly as planned. And with those words being said, trans indigo. I reached out to Jaden to see if you guys possibly linked up or not, and they still haven't heard from you the same way that I have. And they're not upset or anything like that, but they're just anxious to hear from you because you guys share a similar path, and they really want to learn from you. And I don't know if I told you this, Trans Indigo, but I pretty much told them about you because they asked me some questions in regard to their transition. And I'm familiar with female to male transitioning, but I'm not. I know that you guys have it a little tougher than what male to females do. And they were asking me about, it's not the orchiectomy is when you get your testicles removed. The breast removal, I cannot think of what that is called, but the breast removal, they were asking me questions about that and when should they start hormones and stuff. And I said, or I felt like they should start the hormones right away so that they can get whatever development that they're going to get prior to any forms of surgery. I don't know what you think about that, Trans Indigo. I don't know what your story is and what you're going through and how you're going through your transition. But that's how I felt. It's kind of like the male with the female, you know. You want to already have those hormones and stuff in your system and have them working for you. So therefore, when you go to the doctor, you know, I guess they know what to do, what their next procedures and things like that is going to be. So yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to link y'all up for sexual reasons, so don't think that, Mr. Indigo. Now look, don't get mad at me because I use the same pronouns when I address Jaden, so I slip up. So I mean, it's no different than when I was living as a woman, as a transsexual woman. Shit, if I didn't hear she, I've definitely heard he, or I heard it, or I heard thing, or I heard that, or I heard I heard the negatives, trust me. But I really do want you guys to link up and have some form of a conversation, and whatever you possibly may know in regard to your journey, doctors and whatever else the case may be. I mean, shit, they all the way in Illinois. I don't know where you're at, but you know, feel free to share that. And if they know anything, I'm pretty sure they'll feel free to share their information with you as well. So thank you, Trans Indigo, ahead of time. So moving on, I am your chosen abnormal 144. I'm here to simply just be my damn self, and that's pretty much that. I have a story to tell. We all have stories to tell, but it just takes the brave to sit in front of a camera such as what I'm doing right now, or in front of an audience, or however they decide to tell their story, and you know, podcast, whatever. It just takes a brave individual to unleash all of that to individuals that they don't even know. And I'm just really happy and thankful and grateful that I have my abnormals here with me for those times when I feel like I can't go on, and when I'm having methamphetamine cravings and things like that, I can always come here and address that with you guys. And I feel like this is a safe haven and I won't be judged for any of that. So, well, shit, I ain't gonna be judged for shit. This is my motherfucking platform. So if any motherfucking thing, no, we're not gonna have that. This is a non-judgmental type of place, even though I read some of my comments and some of them were judging, and I addressed a couple of them, but I'm not about to fall into all that, because from what I heard, social media pay motherfuckers to basically argue with you and get you mad and stuff like that. And I'm just not falling into that trap unless I'm getting paid to cuss a motherfucker out. If that's the case, I'll be a millionaire, because I'll be cussing out all type of motherfuckers on social media for some shit. But the job interview. So you guys know a tinge in regard to my past with the Goodwill. I uploaded some footage when I used to work at Goodwill, you know, some of the merchandise and stuff like that, me shopping there, but all of that good shit, good and bad shit. Well, the bad shit is posted on Instagram, but I worked there from January 16th or the 15th of this year to April, I think the 1st of this year. And I would have been there 90 days had myself and that particular manager that I wasn't getting along with got along. When I first worked there, it was supposed to have been full time, and come to find out I was working part time. And atmosphere wise, it wasn't the best location to work at. You know, I mean, I-17 and Dunlap, I mean, it's not the best location to work at. But on the same token, they were giving me a paycheck. But it was hard to work it's hard to work in a environment where you know people are 5-finger discounting all day long, just taking all type of shit, not paying for it, exchanging their clothes, putting on the Goodwill clothes, walking out with it. And from my understanding, Goodwill is more worried about the profit versus Goodwill is more worried about the profit and scared of getting sued versus, you know, confronting customers and letting them know, like, hey, I see you stealing. You know, this is not an accusation. I see you. You came in with this and now you're leaving with this. I mean, it's just have floor walkers. You know what I mean? Certain stores have floor walkers and shit where they, you know, walk the floors and they just catch people doing shit they don't have no motherfucking business. I mean, I couldn't see the pride in it. You know what I mean? I tried to be prideful of my job because Goodwill, there's a story behind it. You know, there was a reverend and, you know, he was collecting a lot of stuff for the homeless. And that was his goodwill, collecting all of those different items for homeless individuals to wrap the story up in a short. And I think that that's a good thing. You know, I think that that's excellent. But I feel like I feel like the Goodwill name and all of that, what he done is being tarnished because of the things and activities that the Goodwill allows to go on, you know, when it comes down to customers. And then I also heard like customers be letting other people know which Goodwills don't say nothing when you steal. Oh yeah, girl, that Goodwill over here at this location, child, we be stealing all day long and they don't be saying shit. So before you know it, they go tell somebody, and you just got a bunch of damn thieves up in there. So it was difficult to work there. But the manager that I did not get along with, whom I got along with fine in the beginning, but it wasn't until I challenged corporate America, it wasn't until I challenged them that things started to go downhill. I forgot what I challenged them about, but they came at me a wrong way, and I reversed that shit. And I had to put them. I mean, I'm not gonna say I had to put them in check, but I had to let them know where I'm coming from. This is how I want to be treated as a human being. You want to be treated a particular way, and I want to be treated a particular way. I'm not gonna have nobody coming at me talking to me like I'm their child, like I'm their child, because I'm not. I was well off in my 40s at that particular time. So you're not gonna talk to me no any type of way. I don't give a fuck what type of authority you think that you may have over me. You're not going to talk to me no any type of way, and that's just that. And so since then, things started to go downhill. Now, when I was bumped over for a position, I was there nearly my 90 motherfucking days. And this one person, they started well after I did. They wasn't even there 90 days. And they were offered this particular position that should have went to me because I was there longer than them, if we're talking about seniority. And I wouldn't have found out about it until I was working with this particular individual one night, and they were a little bit too excited and told off on themselves. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's going down like that. And, you know, I'm like, well, pretty much I was here before you, so that position should have went to me. And it was just a whole damn mess. So the next day, I confronted that particular manager and shit, in front of everybody. I didn't pull them to the side. You done me the same way in front of everybody and tried to embarrass me, so let me come back at you the same damn way. Yes, I could have been professional, but I chose not to be. And so I confronted them about the situation, and they were like, well, you could have put me to the side and asked, well, you didn't. No, I'm doing you the same way you done me. Now you see how it feels to be treated a particular way that you don't want to be treated. And so that's how all of that went about. But anyway, the interview today's interview with Goodwill, I kind of felt like some things were foreshadowed to this Goodwill from the other Goodwill, because before any interview or anything like that, the environment was fine, and not to say that the environment wasn't like it was any other time. It just felt, I don't know, there was a shift with the energy, because it wasn't like it was those couple of other times when I went into the Goodwill to ask questions and see if they were hiring and blah, 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 blah. But long story short, they called the manager up to the front because they weren't in the office or whatever. And when you first meet somebody, you can feel from the energy if you're going to like them or not. And I knew that I wasn't going to too much care for this manager. Just the way that they looked at me, the way that I'm pretty sure the way that I looked at them, and just their cockiness of it all. And so they come up to the front. They were like, "So you're here for the interview?" Obviously, that's what the fuck they paid you for. They said someone's here for an interview on the pager, so that meant I'm here for the interview. So anyway, we go into the room. They're interviewing me and shit. They pull out paper and pencil and stuff. And well, I see from your Indeed application that you used to work at another Goodwill. So which location was that? Well, all of that's on my Indeed application. So if you read it correctly in plain English, the shit is right there. When I worked there, the time that I started, the day that I quit, and whatever else the case may be. And so they were asking me what was my position, blah, 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 blah. And, basically why did I leave? And the same reason why I pretty much told y'all in a nutshell why I quit is the same shit that I told them. And they were vouching for the other manager because I guess they worked alongside with them before. And they were basically telling me like, well, in so many words, we have the same, what's the word that they use? Damn, I can't think of it. But assertiveness. We have the same assertiveness. So basically, if you're not feeling him like that, you definitely won't be feeling me like that, because she started describing what type of manager she is. I don't give a fuck about that. My whole thing is the same way that motherfucking manager got put in their place and got cussed the fuck out is the same way your motherfucking ass can get put in your place and get cussed the fuck out. I don't give a fuck about none of that motherfucking bullshit. Trust me, I don't give a fuck. You can get cussed the fuck out just like that other manager can. I don't give a fuck about your assertiveness, how you are as a manager. This is how I am as a human being. And this is how I want to be treated as a motherfucking human being. You want to be treated a certain way as a motherfucking manager, and this is how I want to be treated as a motherfucking human being. And nothing more, nothing less. And so they had a smirky smile on their face as if to tell me, oh, you're not going to get this position, because they said that they had to run it down with corporate in regard to individuals that worked for Goodwill, because this was one of the questions. Did I leave on good terms? Well, I felt like I left on good motherfucking terms. I wasn't fired. I quit that motherfucker. So that's good terms in my opinion. But I wouldn't have left had all of that shit went down the way that it did, and everything was so clandestine, and I wasn't supposed to know about it. Aside from that, I would have stayed at the damn Goodwill. But you're not gonna play me to my face and make me and just make me look stupid. No, we're not gonna do that. And so the interview was real quick. And so they were like, well, after I get done talking to corporate and after I get done talking to my district manager, then we'll make a decision and I'll give you a call and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's fine. You do that. Because quite frankly, I really didn't give a fuck, because I already know that I have another job lined up. I have an interview tomorrow, and I'm 100% that this job is mine. So what Goodwill was talking about, I really didn't even give a fuck. So, they were going on with that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. And so they were like, okay, well, thanks for coming in. I'm like, And that was pretty much the interview. They didn't walk me out. I'm just telling you, the manager was just a cocky ass. Just a cocky ass manager that act like they just know some of every motherfucking thing, and their way is their way, and that's that, and whatever else the case may be. And no, I damn sure won't work for your motherfucking ass. And even if they called me and told me, well, you know, you got the position, blah blah blah. No, I'm fine. I have another job. Even if I don't have another job, I'm just not going to. No, I already can see that we will bump heads, and why even put myself in that particular position or situation when I've already felt your motherfucking energy, and I'm pretty sure you felt mine. But that pretty much was that with the Goodwill interview. I just won't be there. Shit, it's as simple as that. That's what I want to say. You know, you guys don't be afraid to challenge corporate America. Who the fuck is corporate America? I mean, don't get me wrong. They give us our paychecks and shit like that to pay our bills, put food on our stomachs, and put food in our stomachs and things of that nature. Take care of our families and or ourselves, our pets, vehicles, blah 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 blah. But I mean, just because they have a certain seniority over us doesn't mean that we have to kneel down and kiss their motherfucking asses dirty first when they wake up in the motherfucking morning. No water on their ass. No, absolutely motherfucking not. I don't want to kiss and lick no ass any motherfucking way. More or less a dirty motherfucking ass. So no, I'm good on top of that. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this video. And Trans Indigo, don't forget, boo-boo, try to reach out to Jaden if you can, because that will really make them happy. That would probably be the best Christmas present they motherfucking ass done had in some years. All right, namaste, you guys. Oh, and don't forget to click like, comment, share, and all of that good stuff in regard to my videos. Bye.